Hey, the Red Rocker Sammy Hagar here. Welcome to another Rocker Road Trip. Now, right now, we are in beautiful Hollywood Hills of Southern California, and we're outside of the home of Nuno Bettencourt. Now, you know Nuno best from playing guitar with Extreme, but this guy's got his hands in all kinds of other things. He's played written songs, produced songs, recorded songs with every kind of artist you can imagine, including Steve Perry, Janet Jackson, Rihanna. And guess who's in there with Nuno right now, huh? The front man of Extreme, another former Van Halen member, Gary Cherone. Gary, the man Cherone. See, I know what you guys want, and we're going to give it to you, but we're going to give you a little clean dirt, because these guys are friends. They've been friends a long time, and I know these guys. Whew, damn, son of a... So, where the are we here, man? Whose house is this? Is this your house, Nuno?
This is my mortgage, man.
No, I haven't seen you for quite a while, but Gary and I, we bump into each other every now and then.
Of course you do. There's a little club that you guys all hang out and bitch about us guitar players, right?
Yeah, Lead Singers Club. Yeah, it's called.
I could never get in for some reason.
Hey, you're a singer too, though. Don't be denying that. So you should know, like most guitar players that don't sing, they don't know what it's like being a singer. You should know how miserable it is for us and how hard it is.
It is. Can I get you a tissue now, both of you? Would you like some tea and some throat coat, maybe, before we have this conversation?
But now, first question I got. Them stairs are killer. I mean, how do you get a Marshall stack up here? How do you get a set of drums? How do you get a grand piano up?
See this shit right here?
Boom.
Come on, man.
Well, I guess that answers that question. Show me the studio. I understand you guys are making a new record or something?
Yeah, we are.
Whoa, look at this. Is this your shit right here?
That's it. And
this is my best friend. This is like, this is too ghetto to build an extra vocal booth, so this is my vocal booth.
Wow, that's so freaking cool.
It just dries everything out.
You know what's so cool about this is that in a vocal booth, trying to sing, you know, you
get none of it.
Yeah, and it feels...
And you feel claustrophobic.
Yeah, and you feel like you're isolated from everybody else. You could be jamming right here.
Yeah.
Hey! Good God Almighty! Let's hear some music. You guys are doing a new record here, so I mean, I guess like...
We didn't say it was a good record.
How long is it?
They said it's a record.
Today, it doesn't matter.
Today, it doesn't... No, it's actually, you know what? It's a great record. We're excited. We're pumped.
But, I mean, how long has it been since you guys done a record together?
Yeah, we like to do one every 12 years.
Yeah.
You know,
me too.
Yes. We like to really...
with it.
It's funny, we did one, what, 2007? When we got back together, because we were split up for about 10 years. Me and
I want to talk to you about that stuff outside.
Yeah.
Because that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spoil that. But so how long is this record about done, or you halfway through?
It's done. Gary's cutting his last vocal tonight.
Wow.
We've got 14 new tracks we're excited about.
Listen, blow it out when we sing.
Yeah.
I
might need you. By the way, we were thinking that you should actually throw. We don't tell anybody, but there's like one line in somewhere where we throw with it. The fans have to find where's that at. Find Sammy. Where's Waldo? Where's Sammy on it? And we'll do a little competition.
I would be honored. Right on that thing?
Right on that thing, man.
Let's turn that thing on when the time comes.
We already did. We already recorded.
Oh, you think that you did? I've been recording.
Okay, so what direction are you guys going with this? Are you...
Extreme doesn't have a direction.
I know. Well, I want to talk about that, too.
We grew up in bands like Queen, where, you know, within one album, you would go from an opera to a little piano track to an acoustic track. Yeah. Brian May would sing a track. It was like always really different. You know, and Zepp did the same thing. You know, there would be some beautiful acoustic tracks. And so all the bands that we loved, The Who, everybody did Crazy, whatever they felt like, because it was actually just true to art. You know, it wasn't so much like, you know, we could have probably paid attention to our label. We probably would have sold more records. But even when we did More Than Words, it was, you know.
Hey, you're still here. You're still recording.
Yeah. So look, we got some. This is probably our heavier stuff we've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Because that's what everyone expected once they heard you guys live.
Sure.
Then I realized same thing when I heard Words. I thought, oh, these guys are a pretty cool little acoustic band.
Everly Brothers,
you know. And then I heard the record. I went, hard funk in there too.
There's a lot of album returns after they saw us live.
What song? Should I pick one, or do you want to pick one?
Well, what do you want to hear? Something rocking first? What do you think, Gary? Little
Beautiful
Rise?
Girls, isn't that a Van Halen song?
Oh shit!
Easy
this is
now.
Beautiful Girls Part.
That was the secret. That was the secret.
You pick something.
That was the secret. We're gonna play that one. That's the one you're gonna sing on.
Honest to God, that's badass. That's the best shit I think I've ever heard you guys do.
I agree.
That right there,
thanks.
it's modern. I'm not just blowing smoke. Look, I told you, I still got goosebumps. It's modern. It's melodic as shit. Your phrasing is killing. The guitar solo, forget about that. guys ain't doing as deep as what you just did. You had like 5 different things going on. Each part of your solo, you know, the way you started, so simple. That's badass. I'm dead serious, man.
Coming for you, man. That means a lot.
It's killing, man.
I'm gonna start crying now. I need the t-shirt.
How crazy is it, though? I mean, I want to go out there and do the interview because now I'm so inspired to talk to you guys about music. Because how trippy that you guys, extreme, and always has been, but that is, you got such good musicianship, you know, coming out of there, and you got a guy that can sing and phrase, and you got good tone. That's so rare. It's always usually about one guy. You know, it's either the guitar player and the singers, you know, the plant page and all that, of course. But you guys that's as good as any of the shit out there that I've heard, man. Damn.
Cool.
It's so good. These guys are musical. Let's go outside and I wanna talk about how you get that way. Hey, welcome back to another Rock and Roll Road Trip, and I'm sitting here with Nuno and Gary, and I just heard some music, and wow, I mean, how do you get from the grungiest, down and dirty stuff to the lightest stuff, and all points in between?
You know, I'll let Gary. It's probably different for Gary. For me, I was the youngest of 10 kids, and with the youngest of 10 kids, you walk into one room and you're hearing the Beatles. You walk those generational gaps. You go in another room, you're learning about Zepp. You know, and then you go and you have AC/DC in the other room. So to me, I never looked at it like, man, we're into rock or we're into pop. It was all of it. So I was always kind of like that. You are what you eat, right? Sort of, you know.
It's funny, when Extreme came out, we always considered ourselves the bastard child of Queen, Zeppelin, and Van Halen. You know, which we were. We had a little bit of all that.
Throw the Beatles in there too.
Throw the Beatles. Well, they had, you know, all those bands had Beatles in them, right? Yeah. So, but we grew up in that generation that, you know, Aerosmith, The Who, Zeppelin, of course, the Beatles, and that was just part of us. So when me and Nuno got together, it's funny, we were in separate bands in Boston, but when we met, we kind of filled a void for each other. He had all this music, and I was beginning to write more lyrically, and we filled a void, and it didn't matter what we wrote.
When we met, it was a club owner said, come by the club. It was closed. He asked me to come by, have a drink. He showed up as well. It was just the three of us. I didn't know him that way. We talked about the bands. We talked about Beatles, Zeppelin, Aerosmith, all the bands that we grew up on. The next day, Gary had never heard me play. And the next day he called me up and he asked if he was going to fire both his guitar players if I wanted to be in a band with him. And I said, you never heard me play. He said, I just know. I already know.
No, it's a true story, yeah.
Craziness.
Hey, so it was a vibe.
And he had to fire 2 guys.
2 guys.
Yeah, for you, because there's not room for 2 guys with the way you play guitar.
Yeah. I was bad with playing. I never played well in the sandbox.
No, there's certain guitar players that do not need a second guitar player. It just gets in the way. So what's the secret to rekindling a great friendship and a great musical friendship? I mean, what brought you guys back together?
You got to love somebody enough to hate them.
That's family stuff.
You know what? It's family, and yeah, it's
family.
family. But you always know you have that umbilical cord somehow, that invisible, that's connected, whether you want to be or not. And if somebody's always on your mind that way, and they bug you enough and annoy you enough to do that, you know that love is there somewhere. But you know, as human beings, we're all broken in that way. Our egos get in the way.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. And some people don't learn. You gotta learn. You gotta look back and learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Even when we were separated, when he put out material or I did, we'd want the first one. You know, he'd be the first guy I'd want to know if he dug it, and vice versa.
Look, I went up to the house when he, you know, a lot of people think he left Extreme to do Van Halen. By the way, he didn't. I left. What, 6 months before?
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, I remember. That's right. You were doing some. You were about to do Jesus Christ Superstar. Or something like that.
Yeah. And then even to the point that I was, when Gary actually went to do it, the first one up at the house up at Eddie's was me, to support and show up and listen to the stuff, and you know, I was cool with it. I had no problem.
Wow. Walking in 50, see, I did that. I walked in those footsteps. I walked into 5150 one day and didn't come out for 11 years.
Yeah.
So
I only spent 3, but
walking in there, what was your first impression when you walked in and saw the little magic?
Well, I got the call that summer, you know, and there was those commercials with Dave, you know, Welcome Back Kotter thing going on, and I got the call from the manager. Says, you want to go there and audition? I go. After I chuckled, I go, yeah, okay, you know. And I literally walked in going, I'm going to spend the weekend with Van Halen. I'll sing a couple VH songs. I'll go back to Boston and tell my buddies I hung out with VH that weekend. and I ended up staying there for 3 years. But when I walked,
Welcome to the Hotel California.
When I got there, I knew Michael from before Extreme. We bumped into him a few times.
When I left Van Halen, Eddie was on. He was just coming into, hey man, I want to take over my own band. It'd be like, okay, let's paint the album white. I'd say, okay, let's paint it white. I'd say, no, I want it black now. I'd say, okay, black's cool. And they'd say, no, I want it white then. Well, look, I'll get back to you and tell you what color I want it when I'm ready.
Right.
Like, that's what I had to deal with every day of my life. And was he that hard to get along with that just...
No, when I walked in there, I remember the first day, it was 12 o'clock, he came out of the studio, shook my hand. You want to sing? I'm like, can I take a piss? And I said, Michael, I go, you got to help me. You got to help me with, believe it or not, I go, you got to help me with the Sammy songs.
What's on your turntable now? What's on your CD player? What's on your iPad? What's on your
I'm always going to be
iPhone?
Yeah. I just got the new Who record, because, I'm just a Who fan. Who? They just put it out. Tremendous.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. He played me a couple tracks yesterday.
It's great.
Wow.
Daltrey's in good form. But past couple of years, I'm a big Zach Brown fan.
Oh, what a trip.
And that Americana, just the melodies. The thing that hooked me was their harmonies. I go, man, these guys are like the Eagles.
Yeah, Zach's
they
a
reminded me of the
talented
Eagles.
musician too.
Yeah, great.
He's
classically trained.
Yeah, he can play and sing at the same time like crazy shit. But you can probably do it too. I can't.
No,
I got to go jitter-dang and then sing,
I'm the
and
same.
then jitter-dang and sing.
I can barely play a riff and sing. I'm not good at that.
No,
Zach,
People like Geddy Lee did that shit. They'd be walking
that's
bass
crazy.
lines.
Unbelievable.
Like, what do you do? What's happening here?
Yeah. Yeah, Zach's one of those guys. But what about you, Nuno? What are you kind of listening to?
One of the bands I thought that was kind of cool that I'm probably going to say something like that's not really new, but it is new in the sense of like when Muse was doing their thing.
Yeah.
I thought it had a lot of the influences that we liked as well, some Queen influences, and I like some of the electronic stuff they did as well, and melodies and because I was a big Radiohead fan, and I thought he was a big Tom York fan, so I liked what Muse.
I love Radiohead. I think Tom York is the greatest.
Fan.
He's the most sensitive singer on the planet. Yeah. That guy puts goosebumps on me. Look at talking about him. I think
mentions him.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty easy.
I'm a big Radiohead fan.
But it's so creative. So what makes you happy? I mean, what makes you happy, Gary?
What makes me happy
in life?
What makes you think I'm happy?
Well, what would make you happy?
What would make me happy? Makes me. I'm a simple man.
Where do you get joy from? Yeah.
I do get joy from music and performance.
Performing all day, this guy. Just get him a stage.
Every time I play anywhere near him, he's always there and always comes down and plays with me. Yes. A lot of singers won't do that. You know that? I mean, singers are all like, oh, no, I don't know, I ain't feeling good. Oh, no, hey.
Yeah, that's just about everything.
I mean, and most of it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
But no, Gary's always a sport. So, what gives you joy?
I think for me it was I've been trying to work it out. You know what I mean? Like we all because one thing I definitely learned that everything I thought made you happy for a minute.
Tell me about it.
You know what I mean? I read something a while back. I actually have it when you came into the kitchen. It's written there because I need to. It says that happiness is not a future event. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's one of those things that everything that we're doing here, it's the hardest thing for any of us humans is to be present and enjoy this right now and be happy about what's this. Easier said than done because we always think like the platinum record when the dream we had is going to do it, and then you still got issues. You got problems in personal. It doesn't change personal life. It doesn't change any. I mean, look at what happened with any band. The greatest bands in the world, the Van Halens, everybody, Zepp. You could still live your dreams, but you think those things aren't the things that those are things that you enjoy. But happiness has to be, you have to just appreciate
you have to be.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to be blessed with whatever we're doing now.
That's why I'm asking you guys. I'm looking. I'm still looking. I ask everybody.
You're not going to find it. You're not going to find it.
Yes, I am.
It's being present. You're already happy, man. It's right here. How could you be happier than being sitting with us right now?
Hi.
It doesn't get any
Well,
better.
that's a little overrated. But
I'm happy. I would be happy to play a song with you guys. How about that? That would make me momentarily happy.
Sorry.
Yeah. I know your fingers.
Oh yeah, I'm a guitar player. So fingers are a little stiff. It's kind of cold out there.
Well, we are back and we're gonna do a little something. Look at this funky man. Look at this funky man. Good guy. Oh, Lord have mercy on all that shit. Yeah. So you guys picking on a Who song. I like this because everyone would expect us, Gary and I, to do a Van Halen song, which is out.
That's out.
That'd be crazy. It'd be stupid.
It wasn't on the set list.
It'd be really stupid.
So we're gonna do a song that Van Halen did.
Yeah.
But the Who, it's a Who song.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Who?
And Nuno gets to show off his acoustic chops here.
Yeah, I get to show off that what I did for years with a right hand and a National Geographic tribal.
Go!
Yeah, anyways, that's for another episode.
This song, what I like about the lyrics in this song, it's timeless. This is going on today. A lot of this is, it's the same old thing. Don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. You know, it's like, okay, we won't get political. Give it to us, Nuno.
Children at our feet, and the morals that they worship will be gone.
Yeah. Hey!
And the men who spurn us on, sit in judgment of all wrong. They decide and let the shotgun sing the song. Woo! I tip my hat to the new Constitution. Take a bow for the new revolution. Smile and grin at the change all around. Pick up my guitar and play just like yesterday. And I get on my knees and pray. Oh, we don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled. Change it had to come. We knew it all along. We were liberated from the fold, that's all. Well, the world just looks the same, yeah. And history ain't changed. 'Cause the banners, they are flown in the next war. Here we go. And I tip my hat to the new Constitution. Take a bow for the new revolution. Smile and grin at the change all around. Pick up my guitar and play just like yesterday. And I get on my knees and pray. Hey! We don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. Hey, now, come on now. Look at the bridge, y'all. I move myself and my family aside. If we happen to be left here alive, I get all my papers and smile at the sky. Though I know that the hypnotized never lie. Oh, yeah. Right here, brother. Oh, yeah. Beat the new ball, same as the old ball. Well, all right now, welcome, folks. Goodbye. We're gonna see you next week on another rock and roll road trip. We got Cherone and Nuno Bettencourt, and we are kicking the who's song in the butt. Yeah. See you next week. Go, go. Hey!
It's a wrap.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sammy,
Thank
the
you.
best.
Wow. See you next week. Woo!